Tell me, Wynn, what are you getting up to this evening?
I'm going to be heading out. First, I'd like to talk to Red. She knows that some stuff's going down in Vodon. Maybe she can kind of fill us in on kind of like a general idea of what she knows, or even people who she knows might have like a better idea of what's going on. And then I'd like to head out. If she can even give me like a neighborhood, probably Market Square would be best if she doesn't have a better idea. And I'm just going to go around that area, kind of hang out in bars, give some coins to give people buy rounds for people so they'll like me more, and just kind of get what gossip I can about Vodon. Like say, hey, our ship is planning on swinging near there. Do you happen to know what's going on so we can get more of an idea? Or do you know what's going down exactly? Things like that. Just try to get a better idea.
Yeah, sure. For that, I would like you to roll a charisma investigation check.
Ooh.
Which means roll plus charisma and then add any proficiency bonus you might have for that.
I do want to say that when Artie hears that Wynn is going out to bars, he joins. And
good.
He's got charisma up the ass.
Does he ask people, or is he just there to drink?
He's there to drink, but you know, when you have fun,
You talk
open up
politics?
more. You talk more. I don't know.
Would that give me advantage?
So, Artie, do you actively assist, or do you just make a mess?
Of course he actively assists.
Okay, then yeah, you can have advantage with that.
Okay. A crit 27 plus my, plus proficiency, which would be my half proficiency on investigation, so...
I mean,
plus,
that's a nat 20, baby.
plus
That
3, yeah.
Yeah. You can just stop there.
Yeah.
You gotta honor the 20.
I mean, nat 20s are not on automatic successes for ability checks, but a 27 sure as fuck is a success. Also, for listeners who don't know what I'm talking about, Player's Handbook, 1 set page 175, variant, skills with different abilities, for when you need to spice things up a bit. So, a few things, you find out a few rumors, when you hear various things about a prince coming back and killing his dad.
Oh!
You learn the name of the empress, the young empress. Her name is Antonia Volcaran.
Okay.
And that her father, her late father, was named Titus Volcaran, and her mother is Claudia Volcaran.
Huh. Is Claudia still alive?
From what you can work out, Claudia does indeed seem to still be alive.
And is she serving as... what's the word? Reagent?
Regent.
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 Reagent.
There is a specific word I'm looking for. Give me just one moment, please, and thank you.
Dowager Queen?
Yes, that's actually it. Dowager. She's the Dowager Queen.
Okay.
Can you remind me what that means? I swear I know that, but I don't remember it.
It's a queen consort whose husband has died.
Okay.
Yeah, Dowager means you're not the regent. You were the royal consort, and now you are the royal widow in this case.
Okay, so you're not like the heir apparent. You're sort of okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And you get this idea that there is some kind of tradition on Vodon where if the heir apparent kills the current ruler, they have the right to become the next ruler.
Huh.
So regicide is fine.
Regicide is frowned upon, and no one likes a regicide, but it's not illegal according to the most conservative rules.
Weird, but got it.
And so what you can gather is, as a whole, is generally that it sounds like Max went back there,
Yeah, killed his dad.
And murdered his father to begin the process of taking the throne.
Huh.
That sounds like something he would hate, actually.
Yeah, that sounds like something he would actually hate. But noted. And we'll pass that on.
That is the summary of the information you garner from this situation.
Sounds good.
You also gather that there is still like a rebellion going, but you can't tell what role Max might have played in this, because if he's affiliated with the court and he's killed his father and he's like trying to take that position, then what is he doing with the rebels?
Yeah.
And the rebels themselves seem to be trying to dismantle the monarchy through various methods.
Guillotines, etc., etc.
Yeah, but it's a bit of a stalemate at the moment.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what you've managed to get for now.
Yeah.
That sounds fucked.
She's going to go back and make, coded notes just so she doesn't forget this.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's not going to interrupt Jill's date to inform her of this information.
I would hope not. And yeah, Artie, that's what you join in with. Learning all this stuff about Max. And it sounds like Max is in a pretty fucked way.
That sounds weird. That's cool. How about another drink, though?
Hey! And the bar goes up in cheers.
Sweet.
Sweet.
Does anyone look at him, twice?
Oh, listen, when you start buying drinks, you pretty much end up draped over a chair with your feet up on the table and a number of various people of various species and various genders, fawning over you like, hey, big boy.
Hey, big boy with a wanted poster.
Hey, big boy who's 5 foot tall.
Hey, short king.
So, yes, if you end up how to put this?
Fading to black.
Yeah, you basically go home with a bewildering procession of companions, lovers, suitors, and or paramours.
Or do you want me to just get you a hotel room or something?
I think this guy owns a house. We're going to that place.
Okay, have fun. If you get attacked or something, scream.
Oh, I'll be screaming, all right.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna go back to the ship.
and one of them runs their finger over your chest and says, "Oh, you know you will be."
Don't stay up.
I'm not planning on it, buddy.
I don't know, that's Artie's night.
When you get back to the ship, you find that there are a number of crates in the hold now.
Are those from Red? She asked whoever's nearby.
Yeah. So each crate is wooden, about 6 foot long and 3 feet wide and tall. It's nailed shut and it's branded with a symbol that looks like curling smoke.
Cute.
And could I get you to make an intelligence check, please?
Yeah. 17.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fine. You've seen this symbol before in your travels. It's basically the warning symbol for magic cargo. It means this is magical. Don't fuck around with this or you will find out.
Got it.
It's the Mr. Yuck sticker, but for magic.
Yeah, and you run into Bondar who's taking notes, and she's like, "Yeah, the kobold dropped it off.
Figured.
Wow, she's paying out the nose for this. That's 7,500 gold for the trip.
Huh.
That was her offer. I was going to ask her for 5, but no, she's keen.
Oh, well, that sounds good to me.
Yeah, I'm not complaining.
Yeah. Anything need done while we're waiting on repairs and everything?
She kind of sighs and rolls her shoulders and says, "When more than anything, I just want to drink. Do you want to And she looks a little bit different. Something's different in her eyes. Says, "Do you want to go to a bar?"
Let's go to a bar. I'll be honest, without Alviva snoring over me and occasionally throwing down weird books that the Fae have written, my room's pretty quiet and boring.
Look, And she freezes for a moment and says, "This isn't me trying to... I'm not
interested, don't worry.
Good.
I wasn't taking it that way.
Good stuff. You're a little too old for me,"
Yep.
says the grey-haired woman.
I am, indeed. If I hit on anybody on this ship, it'd be Kara, but I am not interested.
Really?
Yeah.
Why her?
She's a bitch. Bitches are hot.
Yeah. But she's very good at what she does.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go to a bar. I've been to a few different ones. Let's avoid those, just so people don't ask how come I'm not asking about Vodon again. But we got money. Let's go spend it.
Fuck yeah! And I think that's the first time you've heard her swear.
Yeah.
Ever. It's a little bit strange.
It is a little bit weird, but Wynn's gonna roll with it. Wynn is good at rolling with it.
Cool. And she says, "I recommend the One-Eyed Lady. It's a horrible bar, but the beer's strong."
Is that the one that has the fish, the soup that looks back at you?
Yeah. There's a half-orc who runs the place.
Yeah, sweet. Okay, yeah, let's go.
Okay, cool. So, Bondar, in a rather unusual turn of events, seems not herself and joins you for drinks at the One-Eyed Lady.
Wynn is chill about it. Wynn is way more chill, of course, than Cacophony in general. But even with like her new lease on, I'm trying to bind these two together and steadily bring them together. She's still pretty chill. She just wants to chat with Bondar. They go back and forth with stories.
Yeah, and a few cups deep, Bondar is actually starts to lead the bar in like a raucous drinking song.
Oh shit!
with
Yeah,
utterly filthy lyrics. Like,
Wynn is delighted.
and this is so out of character for her. But apparently she needs this.
Yeah, Wynn is going to provide.
Wonderful. Jill, tell me how your evening goes.
Well, Jill has to go return some library books, so she'll probably ask Lachlan if he wants to go to the secret library with her.
Oh, yeah, sure. Are we going to get out some magic books?
Maybe? I don't know. I was thinking about it. I remember, I feel like they didn't really have much like religious theory when I was there last time, but magic theory might be a little bit better. I also wanted to pick out like some books on like Vodon history, or like maybe what their like deity situation is over there, just so we're not going in like half cocked.
Yeah, righto. Wait,
What?
can I get a library card?
Do you not have a secret library card?
No, I'm a sailor.
So? I got one last time.
I didn't realize you could just go and get one. Can we go and get one?
Yeah, absolutely. You'll need some ID though.
Oh yeah, I got my sailor's license. And he pulls out a small scroll of paper with a stamp on it.
You're licensed?
Yeah, my last ship wouldn't let me fly without a pilot's license.
You have a pilot's license.
Look, it's official and everything, and he holds it up, and it's in the script is Dwarfish, but you recognize that the formation of the language more or less is Orcish. It says, yeah, sign and everything.
Wow, fancy.
Yeah.
Also nerdy as shit.
Look, after the incident, the
incident that didn't happen, right?
It's safer to keep it on me, you know.
Right. So you can definitely just point at your license when you crash and burn a ship that you definitely didn't crash and burn, and say it's okay. I was licensed to do that.
Jill,
yeah.
Can we go?
Yeah.
Can we please fucking go?
Yeah. Fine. God, I can't believe I'm the one with the library books clutched in my chest, and you're the one who's a huge fucking nerd here.
I think you will find that the nerd is the one who is you.
Wow. Incredible. Wow, you're just... Oh, why was I ever intimidated by you?
Because my burns are sick.
Yeah, something's sick, all right.
And he groans and says, let's just fucking go, please.
Yeah, no, we're going.
He does, however, like, would you say she's got maybe some books under one arm?
I would say she's probably just, she literally, it's like the schoolgirl. She's got them like clutched to her chest, just like loosely.
He's like, if I take half those books, could I? And he leans in close and says, could I hold your hand?
Oh, you're gonna hold my books? Yeah, you're gonna hold my books so we can hold hands?
Yeah, yes, please. I would like that.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm okay holding hands with my boyfriend.
I'm your boyfriend.
And she will hand him books and take his hand herself.
And his hands are a bit clammy. He's clearly got a little bit of nerves going on there.
What is it?
Oh, what is this? 4th date? I've never gotten this far before.
Yeah, if you want it to be a date, yeah, I guess this is number 5 actually.
Wow, I've lost track.
Kazizheim?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Were you filling your butt on the ice a bunch?
Look, I was hoping you wouldn't. God damn it.
Okay, well, we did other stuff.
We did, yes. I heard that you booked a room somewhere.
I what? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I told you about that. You said yes?
Oh, sorry, yes, I heard from you. Shit.
Whoa. Okay. Okay, what's the actual problem here?
Oh,
You're more nervous than I am, and that's not very typical. You okay, babe?
look, Wynn asked me to talk to you.
And her face kind of falls like, oh, she seriously ratted me out to my boyfriend. Okay.
Have you been taking care of yourself, doll?
Yeah?
No, really, have you been looking after yourself? Because I don't know, like what she described sounds pretty normal, but I don't know, she sounded worried, and she's known you for a long time.
Okay,
And
so I haven't used life transference before, but it's right there. It's on my spell book.
oh, that's not the problem. It's not the spell. It's just you wouldn't even let her heal you afterwards.
It didn't seem like it was useful. It's not that I didn't let her heal me. She handed me like a really expensive healing potion, like one of the really big ones, and that just seemed like overkill.
Oh, well, that's fine then. Yeah, that's a bit weird. She probably should have just used healing word.
Okay, well, fine. Yes, Dad, I did use healing word after she told me to.
Good. I'm glad. I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah, no, I mean,
It's just,
of course.
I just don't usually see you letting your friends walk around all beat up, so I don't know why you do that to yourself. That's all.
I don't know. It's just it's not as big a deal.
Look, if you say it's no big deal, I'll trust you. No, I care about you. I'm gonna. I trust that you know what you're doing. It's all good.
I mean, it's just. I mean, look, it's very hard to hit me. I wear plate. I'm harder to hit than Art is, and I'm way harder to hit than Wynn is. Wynn is a glass cannon. She'll take a whole lot of damage if she takes any damage at all. Meanwhile, like, I mean, you should have seen it. This big ooze, this plasmoid guy with a big mouthful of teeth, he, like, tried to bite me twice, and he just bounced off my armor both times. It was kind of embarrassing for them, him.
Lachlan looks like, ugh.
Yeah, it was super gross.
But look, it's fine. You don't have to justify it to me. If you say everything's alright, I trust you. Everything's alright.
Yeah, everything's alright.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I think about this moment is when you arrive at the library.
Anyway, right, let's get you a library card.
Do you want to roleplay this, or do you want to skim it?
No, she'll, like, Lachlan can sign up for a library card. Jill will return the books that she got in, like, Biancarta.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, she'll probably look for, she'll probably ask I think it's like an orc lady at the desk.
Yeah, there is in fact a full-blooded orc lady at the front desk.
Jill will definitely, try not to, stare at the giant Fifi orc lady.
She's wearing a little name tag that says Navran.
Yeah.
And Lachlan, as you walk away from her, Lachlan leans over and says, I know, right?
Oh my god, how is a librarian that stacked?
It's pretty incredible.
Was that a book joke? Did I just make a book pun?
Oh my god, so you did. And he high-fives her. Or tries to. Does she accept it?
Yes, absolutely.
Excellent.
Yeah, Jill is, she'll probably look for some books on, like, Vodon, like, history of the Commonwealth, anything that might give her, like a traveler's guide to Vodon, like, Vodoni space, and maybe see if she can find any books on, like, Vodoni, like, religion or anything, so she can get a sense of what, like, the god situation there might be for any kind of local, like, divination she might need to do.
Navran directs you to the reference section, specifically on spheres, and you do find a few books of note. One is a book of royal lineages, which doesn't look so exciting, but there's a foreword at the start about the kind of deific status of Vodon. That'll probably take you a while to get through, because it's very dry.
Okay.
You also find a pretty thin paperback traveler's guide. It looks pretty outdated, like 20 or 30 years old. The Discerning Spell Sailor's Guide to Vodoni Space or something along those lines. It's pretty trashy. There's every second page is like an ad for some kind of alcoholic drink or resort to stay in or something like that, like fine inns or what have you.
Okay. No, do I find any like travel logs or anything?
Last of all, you do find a book on the history of Vodon.
Okay.
And you see as you leaf through it, you see a mention of old Vodoni space.
Like back when it was like an empire?
From what you can garner just by skimming, Vodoni space used to be an entirely physically different sphere.
Okay. Then if I can borrow all three of those, if they're borrowing.
You sure can.
Okay, cool. Also, while we're here, Jillian is probably going to peek around and just see if there's any evidence of when Alviva stole a book.
Sure. So you go to the reference section, the non-borrowing section. You go there and you see that the room that had the special books in it now has a sign stuck to it, and it says, "Thieves will be pressed into service."
Ooh. Like just just definitely Jill makes that like it's the vibe of pulling at the collar like ooh.
Yep. Like nope.
Yeah, okay.
So the same kind of sign you saw at the last secret library you went to.
Okay. Then Jill's gonna pick those books up, go find Lachlan.
You find Lachlan actually talking to Navran, and he's kind of talking in hushed tones, and he looks a little bit embarrassed. She's got her arms folded and gestures with a hand. As you approach, she's like, "Oh, you find everything you need?"
Yeah, is everything okay? And she will look over at Lachlan.
He's like, "Oh, yeah, everything's fine. Just talking."
Right. Did you get your library card?
I sure did. And he holds up a small card with his name on it.
Cool. Was there anything you wanted to get, or?
Oh, no, I just wanted a library card in case I do need something.
Oh, I mean, you didn't want to pick up any like theory books or anything, or?
I forgot. And he quickly he's like, "Magic theory?" And Neverin just grins and points him towards a stack, and he goes off. As you check your books out, he eventually stumbles over and he's got like 5 pretty thick books on various kinds of magic theory.
Okay. You got you all those?
Yeah. We're sailors, we've got time to kill.
I mean, you're not wrong. Okay.
So Navran stamps your books, writes the notes, does all that library business, and you walk out loaded.
Cool. I should probably drop these back off at the ship.
I mean, if you just want to go straight to the inn, there's we could just leave them in the room.
Oh, did you want to grab anything to eat first, or?
Oh, I could go a ratsy right now.
Oh, the ratsies again. Seriously? That wasn't a bit?
They're crispy. It's a nice texture.
Ugh. Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. We can go find ratsies for you.
Cool. So, yes, you head off to various parts of the market district to find some street food.
When they do get off towards the tavern, the inn, Jill will be like, right, I should probably mention, I don't know if you're if you feel the need, but they do have baths there, and I did book a private one if you wanted to. And she will kind of pull him down and whisper something in his ear.
His eyes widen, and he takes her hand and starts marching towards the guiding star.
Okay, so that's a yes.
He just looks back and he nods, and his pupils are blown right out.
Okay.
So, you go to the guiding star, you take a bath together, and you do what was whispered in his ear.
Excellent.
Fade to black.
Oh, Jill will probably also be like, also, I have to get up at like 4 a.m. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, so normal shift time then. That's fine.
Oh, how do you get up early? What is wrong with you?
Force a habit. I think the next morning she actually finds him. She hears like some grunting and heaving from beside the bed when she wakes up the next morning in the dark. And he's actually there with his shirt off doing push-ups. And he's like, oh, hey, Dal, just getting morning exercise in.
Yeah, don't mind me.
Says, maybe cast a light spell. You'll see better.
You know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
I don't think it is. And he snaps his finger and a candle nearby ignites. And he's like, enjoy.
Oh, you're the worst. Why are you? Oh, you're the worst.
Well, it's nice to show off when you're appreciated, you know?
Yeah, it's fine. I'm doing great. I'm awake. I'm normal. How are you?
I'm awake too. If you know what I mean. Do you want to cut to black again? I think they cut to black again.
Oh, they don't have time.
They don't have time. How sad. Well then, you check out of the inn, make your way back to the ship, and meet Kara for the upcoming event.
Sure hope Artie... God, okay. I'm gonna say Jill probably sent Artie at some point during the evening to lay out the plan.
Yeah, Artie, do you at least make it back to the ship by about 4 a.m.? Have you even slept yet?
He probably didn't sleep. Maybe he took a nap in between rounds.
A power nap?
I'll say you took a short rest then.
That's good.
Jill's like, long night? Artie?
That was a hell of a party.
Wait, have you actually slept?
Maybe between rounds 3 and 5?
Damn.
I don't know. They kept going around me.
Damn, Artie.
Yeah, no, it was a very comfortable lap. It's a good diet to sleep on.
Oh, why did you even want to why were you even talking about sharing a room? You clearly have like no shortage of suitors.
I wanted to make sure you could have a tip.
Okay, look. All right, look, have you seen his chest? He's got plenty of tit to go around, thanks.
Some pointers, you virgin.
Oh, tips.
Yes, tip. Where's your mind? Dirty. He covers his chest.
Okay, can we just go kill some cultists?
And at that moment, Kara walks down the gangplank and says, you read my mind. Now, the first thing, Arturos, you didn't get any sleep overnight. You took a short rest, but you specifically said you did not take a long rest. So I'm afraid I'm going to need you to roll a constitution save to start out with, please.
Okay. And that's a 25.
That's a 25. So, Arturos, you feel a little tired, but you shake it off without any troubles, and you do not take a level of exhaustion from being up for all this time.
He's very vigorous.
He's a professional fuckboy.
He is a very skilled fuckboy. So, Kara meets you all there, and it's weird seeing her. She's not in her usual work clothes. She's actually wearing leather armor. And she's carrying in her hand what looks like a small crystal ball, which the casters of you would recognize as her casting focus. She's kind of handling it a little fidgety and tucks it into a small pouch at her belt, and she says, You all ready? Ready to go?
Wynn gives a thumbs up.
Sure.
Wow.
Yes. What?
Yes. It's really fucking early. What do you want?
It is. But that sounds like a you problem. And she turns and strides off down the streets.
I mean, I guess technically speaking, yes, I don't sleep well, so it is a me problem that it's early. I don't... What's her deal, you guys?
Nice, Kara. That just seems how she always is. Wynn is one of those people who, while she clearly doesn't like being awake in the morning, she seems to have forced herself to be cheerful because it's morning and she has to. Otherwise, she's going to pass out on her feet.
That sounds like someone from a really big family, yeah.
Yeah.
At night, the streets of New Meridian feel a little strange. It's utterly quiet out. There's no sound of wildlife. To those of you who grew up in the country and then got used to the magical hum of the kestrel, True dead quiet is unsettling. Shadows loom over the streets, and there's just enough light that the stars are a little obscured. There's a faint breeze carrying that old smell of garbage and sewage. You hear a noise and whirl around, only to see a massive rat scuttling away, carrying what looks like an entire bread roll in its mouth.
Oh no, is it one of those cranium rats?
It's too dark to tell.
I think it's a flatbread rat.
A couple of houses have lights on as you walk through these narrow cobbled streets, but otherwise the city is completely asleep. Kara brings out a torch from her backpack and makes a little gesture with her hands, and the torch bursts into flames as you walk.
Yeah, I guess some people don't have dark vision.
Do you say that aloud?
Yeah, sure.
She looks over at you and says, I have my ways.
Oh, yeah, cause not being able to see in the dark does sound like a you problem.
She actually laughs at that. She doesn't say anything, but she laughs a little at that. Like, almost like a grim chuckle. About half an hour passes as you walk through these streets, until you finally reach the old city. The old city feels different. Streets grow wider. Houses' architecture change too. They now have small yards around them and fences. They look wealthier, but also are much more worn down here. Windows are boarded up, roofs sag in, fences have rusted away or collapsed. Walls are overgrown with vegetation. The breeze doesn't smell like sewage or rubbish here, more like rotting timber. It looks like this used to be some kind of upper class area, but it's now abandoned. As you approach a small square between some streets, it becomes apparent why. There is a collapsed statue. It looks like it was pulled down long ago and smashed, and time has worn it away, but the pieces remain. A humanoid figure with no hair, in what looks like long robes, and a face with long tentacles coming out of it.
Ah.
A octopus.
The remaining base of the statue has all manner of graffiti scraped into it, in a version of common that looks a little archaic to you, but more or less amounts to messages of defiance and hatred.
Is there, like, any plaque or anything?
Nothing that is not worn away or scratched away. This thing is old and destroyed.
You're right, Win. These are the surface octopodes.
That looks like a cousin of mine.
Yeah?
Kara gets right down next to the statue and holds her torch up to it, and she says, I read about this.
What is it?
Port Meridian's had a bunch of rulers over the centuries. Pirates, a dragon, you name it. This one was the Mind Flayers. This place has been passed around for as long as it's been around. But it always comes back to just people in the end.
How old is Meridian? Is Port Meridian? Do you know?
Records only go back about 1,000 years. Just that there was some kind of war, which we now know the cause of, and then people coming along, picking up the pieces, trying to scrape out a living. And then you had people trying to rule them, and ruling them badly, and getting overthrown, and passing around for the last 1,000 years.
Was this ever a planet?
Nothing I've ever read about.
Huh.
But, can't trust every book you see. History is written by the victors.
Right. The world of Meridian fell.
At last, as you walk, you reach the street marked on your map by Liana Ferrahel, the Cinder. This street is wider than the others. It looks like a main street of some kind. Houses are spaced farther apart than ever. Kyra holds up her free hand and her torch in the other, and she makes a gesture, and the torch actually goes out. You watch as she stows it, and then she pulls out a pair of goggles and puts them over her eyes. They have these large lenses, kinda owl-like.
Oh, yeah, we already used to have a pair of those.
Yeah, they're very similar to Alviva's. And as her torch goes out and your dark vision kicks in, everything takes on a shade of grey in the dim light. And you hear voices up ahead. Young voices, laughing.
Kids fucking around?
What are we doing?
Wynn creeps forward kind of ahead of everybody else, holding up her hand to gesture the others to fall back a little bit, and will creep forward to peek around and see if it's just a bunch of teens fucking around.
Okay. Could you roll stealth for me, please?
Yeah. 23.
I like how you rolled a 10 on the die, and that's a 23. Fucking bards. Out on the street, there are indeed a couple of kids. They can't be any older than the human equivalent of 15 or 16, although given that it's pitch black and they seem to be able to see, they're probably elves. There's a tiny faint glow near them, like that of a pipe or something else being smoked. You also see that they're just chuckling and picking up rocks and pegging them at various houses.
Yeah, it sounds like teens.
Yeah, that's teens fucking around.
Yeah. Wynn slips back towards the other and just says, tweens smoking elf weed and fucking around.
Okay, so not our problem. Are they in our way?
They're on the street you're going to walk down, is all.
I say we just walk past them.
Yeah.
You could put on your wee-woo helmet, and they'll think we're cops. They'll run away.
I don't think I'm interested in doing that right now, thanks.
Oh yeah, Jill, are you wearing your wee-woo helmet?
I mean, she usually is.
I just remember that you had to change a few things around for attunement purposes.
Oh, no. I mean, look, if we're going to be sneaking into a house, I'm going to be wearing the helmet that, like, shows invisible things.
Okay. As you walk down the street, these kids stop what they're doing and turn and look at you, and they see 4 heavily armed people just striding towards them. One of the kids is still holding a rock. They look at each other. The kid pegs it at one last house as if to get rid of the evidence, and they sprint away down a side street.
Shrug. Keep going.
That's teens.
And as you arrive at the spot marked on the map, you realize that the last rock the teens threw was in fact at this old house. This is an old mansion made of these ancient bricks. It's 2 stories, but the top floor has completely collapsed in on itself. Old dead vines completely cover this house, and over those dead ones grow new green ones. The yard is thick with this long grass. There's even an old ox cart out the front, looking like it was once loaded with furniture, but it's now just a pile of splinters. The windows are all boarded up from the inside, except for one near the front door, which had glass in it until about 30 seconds ago, and is now a frame surrounded by these teeth of filthy ancient glass. The fence around it, spiked and metal, has totally collapsed into rust, except for spikes, except for the posts which once held up the gate. The gate itself is nowhere to be seen.
Okay, so if you were going to hole up in an old creepy mansion, where would you put an entrance?
Either the basement or directly straight ahead.
Directly in front of you, you do see a pair of double doors out the front.
I mean, yeah.
Also, the window that was broken is just to the right of the door. It is not boarded up.
Yeah, but we should probably check around for a cellar, right?
Definitely. I feel like cellar just says creepy cult basement, you know?
Yeah. I mean, especially if the doors aren't, like, boarded up or anything.
Yeah.
I've heard something about the cellar door.
Was it
About
pretty?
its beauty. Yes.
Yeah.
Wynn starts wandering around the house, kind of eyeing everything.
Just for the audience, just for the sake of cardinal directions, we started in the south end of the house. The house is directly to the north of us, and there's looks to be entrances to the yard around sort of the east and west side of the house.
And Wynn is currently walking around to the west side.
Yeah, and I'm gonna start heading towards the east side.
Good stuff.
Me in the middle.
So as you go up, you see all the windows are in fact boarded up.
I want to try to do some perception checks as I go, just to see if I can, like, spot traps, spot entrances, spot any movement or anything.
Okay, yeah, I won't even make you roll for that. As you walk around the outside of the house, you spot nothing that appears to be either a trap or a point of ingress, except for the top floor, which you could probably climb up to if you wanted to, but it looks extremely treacherous given that it's all rubble. Wynn, I see you've made it to the back of the house.
I see multiple
and
doors.
have found a couple of doors back here.
She kind of checks them out.
Do you want to try them?
She'll walk forward to kind of try the one that she's standing in front of, but what she's going to do is she's just going to try turning the handle and then just opening it a little bit to peek inside, but not opening it the whole way, so it's more subtle. You don't hear, like, necessarily the noise of it turning back, where it goes clunk whenever you're turning a handle, stuff like that.
Probably double check that the door's not trapped, though.
Yeah, so she will check to see if the door's trapped first.
You'll check first to see if the door's trapped?
Yeah.
Okay, roll Thieves' Tools, please.
Thieves' Tools.
Juliana also arrives at the back of the house, and you see Wynn dicking around with one door and then another door close by.
Wait, I thought like checking for traps was usually a perception and then disarming the trap was the thieves' tools.
Let me triple check, because I was under the impression it was a little different, but... Okay, you are correct, Jill. A perception check is against the trap's DC, so roll a perception check to see if you beat the DC of any given trap.
And I can actually walk up since I see you over here and just come back over your shoulder and help you with that.
Sounds good. I got a 10, and I'll let Jill also, I kind of wave at her and let her kind of look it over too.
Yes, you can, with assistance, you can get advantage on that roll.
Oh.
Yeah, do you want me to do a separate roll, or do you want to, like, do a second roll to do advantage? How do you want to do this?
I will let you do it, because I know you have better wisdom than me.
Okay.
Also, Jill, just a reminder, you may be wanting to use the guidance cantrip if you have it.
Yeah. With advantage, that's a 22.
The door does not appear to be trapped.
Okay, Jill will nod to Wynn.
Wynn will then quietly open the door and peek inside.
Alright, click it, please.
Click. I just tried to open a locked door. I'll pull out my thieves' tools and start picking those locks.
Go for it.
17.
With a 17, you hear a satisfying click as the door unlocks. Gem Jammer is performed by Annie Creighton, Anna Emmeline, Rio Rios, and Mackenzie Weaver, and is edited by Jake Mason. Our cover art is by Canary Witch, who can be found at canarywitch.carrd.co, and our character design is by Rio Rios, who can be found at rios.com. Our opening and closing music is by Saad Akhtar Ali. For bonus content, such as Juliana's private diary, behind-the-scenes homebrew stuff, and other features from our other shows, I Will Fight You and Date Me Dammit, our Patreon has it all from only $1 a month at patreon.com/thegemjam. Thank you so very much for listening. Stay safe out there, and we'll catch you next time. That's what Rio can see, the icon for that.
Oh, that's weird, because I can't.
Really?
Yeah.
Everything's perfect for me.
Damn you,
God.
Mac.
The ideal player. The good child.